Hello, good evening all. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir. Audible.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Hello, any doubts, ma? In last class, any doubts? We started actually the concept of lists. Any doubts? Anyone practice the concepts what we discussed in the last session? Please respond in the chat box if you have any doubts. Actually, we seen only the list concept in ideal shell. I didn't written any program for that. Today we'll see some program for that, and we'll start some other concept also. Any doubts? Please let me know if you have any doubts. Okay, so yeah. So if you don't have any doubts, then I'll go with the continuation of the previous class, and especially you should know how to convert. Already almost entire concept is explained in the last class. Regarding list, I explained entire concept, but only the thing is I written only in ideal shell. Okay, I explained everything in ideal shell. I'm not written a specific program for that. So today, just I'll try to explain how we are going to convert the things into a program. Always, it is very important. Okay, so knowing or getting the concept is very easy. Everyone will learn the concept, but how we are trying to convert that concept into a program is very difficult. Most of the students are failed here only. They know the concept, they know everything, okay, but only the thing is they are unable to convert the knowledge what they are having into a program. That is the problem for most of the students. So they know the concept, they know what is list, what are the operations we can perform on list. Okay, they can write some examples, they can explain theoretically, they can explain everything, but they are unable to write the same thing in the form of a program. So that is the difficulty for any student in any programming language. So how we are going to convert that into a program, we'll see. So I'll explain step by step how we are going to convert the things what we learned so far in the previous class into a program. Okay, I'll explain one by one so that you will understand better, I think so. So if you have any doubts still, you can ask me. So before that, just I want to revise the things what we seen in the previous class. We discussed about the definition of list, and we seen some operations like how to add elements into a list, like append operation. We seen some operation like insert for adding some elements at a particular position, and we seen how to delete an element from a list, and we seen how to find out the length of a list, how to access the elements of a list. Okay, what is meant by positive indexing, what is meant by negative indexing, how can I access using positive indexing, how can I access by using negative indexing, and we seen how to copy the elements of a list into another list, right? So we seen all these operations. Now we try to implement all these operations in a single program. In a single program, we'll try to implement all these operations. All of you please concentrate. Just I'm starting a new program, going to file. Okay, new file. Just I'm giving the file name here. The file description is operations on lists. Operations on lists. Okay, so I'll try to implement this program. Okay, slowly I'll try to extend this program. Okay, first I'll create an empty list. I'll create an empty list. I'll try to add some numbers. That is first objective. Otherwise I'll mention here what Okay, what are the things I am going to write? I'll mention here. Okay, first objective is, okay, so list program. So in this list program, what we are doing, first thing is, okay, first thing is what I'm doing, create an empty list. So this is what I'm trying to do in my program first. Okay, so how can I create an empty list? Just I can take L. L is my list name. L is equals to empty. This is nothing but empty list. Okay, so this is what I am going to do. Next, what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to add some numbers into it. I'm supposed to add some numbers into it. How can I add some numbers into it? I can add some numbers into it by reading the numbers from the user. I am going to ask the, okay, so now what I'll do is add numbers, or we can say add numbers into list one by one by asking the user. So what is the meaning of this? User will enter one by one number, and I am going to add that numbers into a list. So that is what now our objective. That is what we are supposed to do. Okay. So first I am going to ask the user. Okay. So for example, n1 is equals to int of input of enter the element. Okay, enter the first element. Enter the first element to add. Okay. So this is what first number or first element I can say. Okay, once you entered some number, immediately what I'll do is L dot append already we know used for adding something into a list. L dot append of which one I am adding? You are entered some number, that is n1 I am supposed to add. Okay, so after this, just you check if you want print after adding first element, the list is, after adding first element, the list is L. So this is what, okay, our first objective. Okay, what is our first objective? Creating an empty list. Okay, asking user to enter some number or some element. Once user had entered some element, just I am going to append it, and after appending, just I am going to check whether it is added or not. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this program? Any doubts in these 4 lines? Any doubts? Anyone having any doubts? Please let me know in the chat box. Because each and every line is important, because now this program is looking like only 4 lines. Okay, once I completed all list operations, this program may be, okay, like 30 lines, 40 lines, like that. Slowly I'll try to increase this program complexity. Okay, now it is because initial stage it is having only 4 lines. Now I'll slowly increase my program complexity. Yes, I'll explain once again. Okay, what is point number 1? Point number 1, what I am doing here. First, I am going to create an empty list. Okay. Okay. So here, list program. Okay, to demonstrate all list operations. So in this program, I am going to explain all operations on list. Further, first I am creating an empty list. Next, I am adding numbers. Okay. How I am adding numbers? Okay. By entering, user will give some numbers. That number I am going to add into the list. Okay, after this, just what I am going to do, okay, printing list. So printing list. So what is the meaning of printing list? To check whether the number is added or not. So this is our objective. So it is actually I am doing for one element. We will do for the remaining elements also. So I hope all of you understood, right? This any doubts? Still any doubts? Any more doubts here? Any limit for n1? N1 means only for number 1, or we can say element 1. or say we can say item 1. We can add more elements. Okay, it's not only one number. Slowly we'll add more numbers. I'll add more numbers. Number, not only number, it may be anything. Already we seen in the last class. List may be, it's a combination of all data types. It may be number, it may be string, it may be complex, okay, or it may be any type of data, right? So understood? Any doubts in this program till now? Okay, now I'll try to save this and I'll execute this. I'll save this program and I'll execute it. I'll run this. All of you, please see what is output. Okay, enter the first element to add. I'm giving 10. 10 is my first element. Okay, after adding first element, the list is 10. Initially, what about list position? Initially, it is empty. If you observe here, initially it is empty. Okay, but after adding this element, what element we added? Whatever the element we entered. Okay, what element I entered here? I entered 10. Okay, so I entered 10 and same element I am going to adding into list. So I think all of you understood this, right? Any doubts in this? Any doubts? Please respond. All of you understood the code, whatever I written, and output, whatever we got it. Any doubts? Please respond in the chat box. Are you getting or not? Okay. So how many elements we added? We added only one element, right? So now I'll try to ask the user to enter some more elements. I'll ask the user to enter some more elements. Okay. So just I'll copy the same 3 lines and I'll paste it here. So this is n2. n2 means number 2 maybe. Okay. Enter the second element. Second element to add. L dot append of n2. Okay. After adding second element, the list is. Otherwise, if you want, you can separate it for your understanding. This is an empty list. Okay, this is an empty list. We are asking user enter first element. We are adding that element, and after adding that element, we are printing the list. Next, we are asking enter user to enter second element. We are appending it. Once it is appended, we are printing the element after appending. So now tell me what are these 3 lines will do? Whatever the last 3 lines I written, what these 3 lines will do? Last 3 lines. What are these 3 lines will do? What are these 3 lines will do? Last 3 lines. Anyone? From N2 onwards, what it will do? Last 3 lines. Anyone tell me? Please type it in the chat box. What these 3 lines will do? Last 3 lines. Please type. Please respond. Whatever you understood, you respond. Please. Yes, very good. Add another element. Yes, very good. That is fine. Okay, so adding one more element, that is second element or whatever you can call. Okay, so now I'll run this program. All of you, please check the previous output also. Previous output is this one. Only we added one element. Now I am adding, for example, enter element to add. I am giving 10. So that is after adding first element, the list is 10. That is fine. Next, it is asking me one more element to enter. I am giving 20. Okay, after adding second element, the list is 10, 20. Okay, so this is first element, this is second element. Like this, you can add any number of elements in the list. Like this, you can add any number of elements. What type of elements? Whatever you are entering, that elements only we are adding. Right? Is it clear to all? Any doubts? How can we add elements to list through program? Any doubts? Yes, we can add more elements. That is later. Okay, so we can add more elements, but okay, that things we'll see later. That is maybe now if I discuss, you may confuse. Okay, once all these different types of data types are over, then I'll tell you how we are going to add elements one by one. That is a different logic actually. Okay, so now it's better to add one by one. Maybe I'll write one more. Okay, I'll read one more element. Okay, so okay, so now I am going to ask the user to enter third element also. Okay, I can call it as N3. I can call it as N3, and I can write it as L dot append dot N3. Okay. So after adding third element. Okay. So right. So this is what this will do. This is going to ask one more element from the user. This is going to ask one more element from the user, and it is going to add the third element also to the list. Okay. So just simply I'll run this program. I'll run this program. Okay. So enter element to add. I am giving 10. First element. Second element 20. Third element 30. Okay. All of you please observe here. So now 3 elements I entered. 3 elements I added one by one. Okay, I think nobody is having any doubt regarding this append operation. You can write program by your own for append, right? Maybe I'm adding only 3 elements. You can add 10 elements also, 15 elements also. It's not a problem, I think so, right? Any doubts regarding this program? Till now we performed only one operation, that is append. We created an empty list and we asked the user to enter some elements, and we added the elements whatever user has entered. It's fine. Now I am trying to add. Okay, I'm trying to add some more operations. I'm trying to add some more operations in my program. What are the operations I'm going to add in my program? So I think all of you are remembered. Okay, the operation what we are going to discuss is now. Okay, here I can name it as this is, I can call it as append operation. Next operation what I'm going to do is I'm going to use insert. Insert also like adding only, but this is having some different syntax, right? So now I am going to, for insert, now tell me what are the inputs required. For append, what we are asking from the user, we are asking only number. For insert, what we are supposed to ask. Already I told you, whenever we started programming part, whenever you are supposed to write any program, you should know input and output. If I want to perform insert operation on a list, what we are supposed to ask from the user? That is what my question. Please try to respond in the chat. Yes, very good. Index. Yes, position and element. So 2 inputs we are going to ask. What are the 2 inputs? One is position and one element. Position means we can call it as index only. Element means we can call it as value. So here we require 2 things. Okay. What are the 2 things? Index and as well as value. Okay. What we required? We required index and as well as value. So that is the reason why. We need, okay, index and we need value. Value means nothing but element only. Okay. So these are required. So now I'll try to ask the user same in my program. So I'll try to modify this program. So now, so if you want, you can write it down here. Print of, okay, print of append. Okay. So this is for indication of append operation. This is append, right? Okay. Now I'll try to perform. Insert operation. Print of insert. Print of insert. Okay. So now we are doing insert operation, right? Okay. So now I'll ask the user. Okay, I can call it as I. I means index. I is equals to int of input of enter the position, or I can say index, whatever you can call it as enter the position, or I can say index, no problem, whatever you can call. Enter the position of the element okay, where you want to insert. So this is nothing but where what I am asking here, enter the position of the, or enter the index of the element where you want to insert. Enter the position of the element where you want to insert. Okay. So position only. So position we got it. Now when we enter the position, immediately I'll ask the value also, or I can say E. E means element, or we can say a value. Okay, int of input of enter the value. Enter the value. Okay. So first this one is index. This is for value. So that's why I'm reading two inputs. This is for index. This is for value. Okay, now I got value and I got index. What I'll do, already we know the syntax. Okay, so L, what is our list name? L dot insert of I comma E. I is nothing but index, E is nothing but value. Okay. So after this, just I'll try to print the list. I'll check it out. After inserting the element, the list is L. All of you please observe these lines. Any doubts, please let me know. These 5 lines are very important. Okay, all of you please observe these 5 lines. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Because this is another operation. It's not append. This is another operation. Even though it is going to be similar to your append, but it is insert. Okay, where we are asking two inputs, right? Please, all of you see it. Any doubts in these 5 lines? Please let me know. Let me know in the chat box. Explain about the second line. I'll explain. Okay, second line is for already we seen. If you remember in the last class, all these operations I explained in the IDLE shell. When I explained all these operations in IDLE shell, okay, insertion, especially when I am talking about insert operation. Okay, insert operation is used for what? It is used for inserting an element at particular position. What is the main difference between insert and append? In append, actually what we are doing is, simply what we are doing is, we are giving some number or element. That element will be added at the end or at the last. Okay, but in insert, we can add the number, we can add an element at any place. That is depends on you. If you want to add at the beginning, if you want to add at some position, or if you want to add at ending, wherever you want, you can add that. Okay, so that is the reason why just I am reading two inputs. One is index and value, and that index and value I am passing to the insert function. So that's why L dot insert of this I comma E. Understood? Is it clear? What you are not understanding? Anyone? Please, Sai Kiran, what understood? Okay. Remaining students, ma. Already I told you this program is okay becoming bigger and bigger. Okay, only this is second operation. If I perform more operations, this program is almost more than 50 lines. It will reach more than 50 lines. Or if you want to do separately also, you can do it. Okay, but it is better to write all the operations in a single program so that you can understand which operation is doing what. You can understand clearly. You can, if you want to do separately, then you may not perform all operations in a single program. Okay, is it clear to all? Right. So now I'll run this program. All of you please observe carefully. We are doing two operations here. One is append and one is insert. Okay. So it is asking me enter the first element to add. This is append. Second element append. Third element append. Okay. So append is over. Just I added 3 elements using append. Next insert. Now I am doing insert. Enter the position. Position means I am adding. Position is 1. Okay. I given position 1. Position 1 means where after 10. 10 is position 0. Okay. So in next position I am adding. Which value? 15 I am giving. 15. If you observe here, 15 is inserted at position 1. That is in between 10 and 20. So that is what, okay, we are doing through program. Same example I explained through IDLE shell in the last class. Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? Any doubts? Please respond in the chat. Any doubts? Right. Okay. So now if you want, you can add some more elements. If you want, you can add some more elements. Okay, again same story, what you want to insert. Okay, I think it is enough. Okay, I'm not adding any more elements, I'm not using any more elements for insert. Now I want to perform update operation. Update. Update. Already I hope you people are remembered what is meant by update. Update is nothing but modifying the value in a list. Modifying the value in a list. Okay. So how can I update? I can update through index. I can update using index. Okay. So now I want to modify. Okay. So here also. Okay. So if I want to take something to modify, for example, I want to modify, here I can write print of update second index value. Okay, second index value, updating second index value. Okay, so again I am going to ask the information from the user. Okay, so new value is equals to int of input of enter new value. Okay, because update means I want to update with the new value. The old value is going to be updated with the new value. Okay, so now I'll write second index means index 2. L of 2 is equals to new. L of 2 is equals to new. That's it. So again you can L of 2 is equals to new. Again I can print the list. Okay, print after updating element, the list is after updating the element. Otherwise you can say after updating the second index element. After updating the second index element, the list is, because I am updating second index, I written 2. If you want to update third index, you can write 3. If you want to update fourth index, you can write 4, like that. Is it clear? This operation is clear. Any doubts here? Any doubts? Any doubts? Please respond. Any doubts? Okay, right. So now I'll execute this program. So in this program, we are doing third operation, right? Append is over, insert is over. Just I'm giving same numbers again. 10 is first element, 20 is second element, 30 is third element. Next position is I'm giving 1. I want to insert 15. Okay. So now after inserting 15, this is update. Update is nothing but I want to update this 20. Okay. I want to update this 20 to 200. So 20 should be updated to 200. So if you observe here, okay, previous update, before updating it is 20, after updating it is 200. Okay, any doubts here? Any doubts? Okay, right, understood. Any doubts, ma? Please respond if you have any doubts. Concentration is very, very important. Already I told you this program is going to be slowly. I am increasing the complexity. Initially just I did with 4 lines. Now I am increasing the complexity of this program slowly. Okay, so if you don't have any doubts, then we'll go for next operation, that is nothing but a copy. Okay, copy means just I'm going to copy this list to some other list. So say print of, okay, this is copy, text copy, okay. So here I can call it as M. M is nothing but new list. M is equals to L. M is equals to L. So print of after copying the list to another list. After copying the list to another list, okay, the copied list means M. So now I am not displaying L here. I am displaying M. Okay. So this is very simple. Just whatever is there in L, I am trying to display in M. Okay. After copying, otherwise you write simply after copying the list is. After copy operation, the list is simply I am going to display in M. Okay. I think it's very simple. Right. Any doubts here in copy operation? Please respond in the chat box. Any doubts? Okay. So now I'll execute this. Just I'm doing one more operation. Copying the old list into some other list. Okay, again I'm giving same inputs here 10, 20, and 20, 30. Okay, so position 1, giving value 15. Okay, next updating the value with 200. This is what we did. Okay, after copying the list, we are getting this list as after copying. This is actually new list. Okay, because if you observe here in the program, I am displaying M, not L. So M is nothing but the list what we are displaying. Okay, this is not L. If you observe in the program, till now I written L, but here what I written M. If you observe previously I written L. L is nothing but a previous list, M is nothing but a new list. Okay, after copying, just I am using M. So this is not L, this is M. Understood all of you? Any doubts? Any doubts? Please respond. Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? You can give any letter. Yes, you can give any letter. Just okay, list means the first letter is L, na? So that's why I given L, and in continuation to L, I given M. That's it. So if you want, you can give A, B, C also. That is up to you. You can give your name also. You can write some word also. You can, if you remember, I used some word like student in the previous example. You can give employee. I given employee also in some of the examples. That is up to you. Whatever you want, you can write. Right? Now, the next operation, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use print of delete. Okay. So delete I'm doing. Okay. So all of you, if you remember in the delete also, what we want, what is the output required for delete? What is the output required for delete? Anyone? Means inputs and outputs. What input we are supposed to give for delete? How can I delete an element? How can I delete an element in the list? Okay, but what is the input required in delete? What we are supposed to ask the user? Yes, very good. Index we required. Okay. Yes, index we required. So simply I'm going to ask what? I'm going to ask the index. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I can call it as the D. Okay, or I can say DI. DI means deleting index. You can use anything. Input of enter the index of element you want to delete. Okay, so here DI means just I'm asking deleting index. Which element you want to delete? That index I'm asking. Enter the index of element you want to delete. Yes. Now I got index. We are entering index. Immediately what I'll do? DEL of what is our list? The list is L. Okay, the actual list is L. DEL of index is D of I. All of you please understand this line. Even it is looking very simple, there is a lot of logic involved here. Okay, last line. That is what we are going to use for a deletion. Understood all of you the meaning of last line? Just I am asking the index, that index I am passing to list. Okay, so that the element will be deleted. Is it okay? All of you understood the meaning of the last line? Please respond in the chat. Okay, so the element is deleted, but you want to check, right? Print after deletion, after deleting the element, after deleting the element, the list is, after deleting the element, the list is, okay, you can display the list. Okay. Or if you want, you can write one more line also here for your confirmation. If you want to print the element deleted successfully, element deleted successfully. Okay. So after that, you can display after deletion what is the position of the list or what is the status of the list. You can check it out whether the element is deleted or not. Understood, all of you? Please observe this delete operation, all of you. Please observe and let me know if you have any doubts. That is the reason why I told you, okay, knowing concept is very simple. Everyone knows the concept, but converting that concept into a program is little bit difficult. That is what you are supposed to learn in programming. Okay, when you can get the program, if you know the concept, when you can write the program, if you are having complete understanding of that concept, then only you can write the program for the same. Okay, so that is what I am doing. Any doubts, ma? Any doubts? Please respond in the chat. Any doubts? Okay, right. So now we'll see this operation also, list delete operation. So all of you please observe the outputs also very important because you have to check whether you are getting or not. So I'm giving first element 10, 20, 30. So this is append. Next insert. Just I'm giving first position 15. I'm inserting. Okay, just this is update. I'm updating second index to 200. Delete operation. Yeah. So all of you please observe carefully. Enter the index of element you want to delete. I am giving index 1. So which one is going to be deleted? According to my input, I given 1. 1 means 10 is 0, 15 is 1. 15 should be deleted. If you observe here, that element deleted successfully, and after deleting, if you observe here, 15 will not be there. In the list, 15 is not there. Why? Because I deleted the element which is there at index 1. That is nothing but 15. Okay, now 15 is deleted. Okay, right. Understood, ma? Any doubts? The list is updated with M. Yes, you can do operations on M also, but M is not our actual list, right? M is, okay, it is just we copied L into M. To demonstrate copy operation, I used M, but actually what is our actual list? The list is L, right? If you want to perform on M also, you can perform. That is up to you. Any doubts till this? Any doubts? All the operations, whatever we discussed so far. Any doubts? Any student having any doubts? We seen append operation, we seen insert operation, we seen update operation, we seen delete operation. Any doubts in this program till now? Whatever we have written. That's why I am again telling you, don't by heart any program, don't by heart any code. Just you try to understand. It's very easy. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, any doubts, ma? We did 5 operations, I think so. One is append, second one is insert, third one is update, fourth one is copy, fifth one is delete. 5 operations done. Okay, next. Okay, next operation is length. Very simple. It's not operation, just simply finding out the length of the list. Okay, so I'll write length of the list. So length. So already we know what is meant by length. Print the length of the list. Length of the list is, the length of the list is len of, what is the length of the list? Len of L. Len of L will give you the length of the list. L is list name, len is used for getting the length of the list. Length of the list is nothing but the number of elements. Simply we can say how many number of elements are there. That is nothing but the length. Okay. So now again I'll run this program. Same inputs I am giving. Update operation, delete operation. The length of the list is 3 because if you observe here in this list we have 3 elements. 10 is one element, 200 is one element, 30 is one element. Total 3 elements are there. So that is nothing but a length operation. Any doubts, ma? Okay. So now if you want, you can perform some other operations like what we can perform. We can perform accessing, okay, or printing or accessing the list. Accessing using positive index. Positive index. Next, we are going to access all the elements using positive index. What is meant by accessing? Positive index means from 0 to. Okay, so print of first element is okay, L of 0. L of 0 is your first element. Okay, next similarly you can print second element. Print the second element is L of 1. Similarly, you can print the third element is L of 2. This is printing using positive indexing. Similarly, you can print using negative indexing also. You can print elements using negative indexing. Already I told you negative indexing means it will start from 1, -1. Okay, so here you can write -1, -2, -3. Any doubts here? If you have any doubts, please let me know. Positive indexing, negative indexing, I hope you remembered. Positive indexing will start from 0, negative indexing will start from -1. Positive indexing is from left to right, negative indexing is from right to left. Any doubts, ma? Any doubts? Please respond in the chat. Any doubts? If all the elements are first elements, means all the elements are first elements means not first elements. After doing it deletion operation, how many elements are there? Only those will be appeared, not the elements what we considered. Already I told you in Python or whatever may be the language, whatever the last updated value is there, that is going to be considered. In the syntax you wrote first element. Where? Okay, this one. Okay, I didn't change it. This is second element actually. Second element, third element. This is the last element. This is actually last element. This is last but one. Last but one. Last. Okay, last. Third. Last third element we can say. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Now I'll execute this program. I'll execute this program. Enter the first element 10, 20, 30. Okay. 1, 15, 200. Delete. Enter the index you want to delete. I am deleting first index, that is 15. Okay, 15 will be deleted. After deleting, this is the position of the list. After deletion, this is the position of the list. If you observe from here, the list is having 3 elements. That's why output is 3. The length is 3. And after it is having 3 elements, just I am trying to display all the elements. First element is 10. Second element is 200. Third element is 30. Negative indexing. Last element is 30. Last but one is 200. And last third one is 10. I hope it is clear to all. Is it clear to all? Is it clear to all, ma? All of you, please respond. Is it clear? Okay, right. Okay, and one more very simple operation. I don't know whether I use I explained this operation or not? Okay. Anyway, if I didn't explain, I'll explain. It's very simple. The operation is repeat operation. Okay. So here, okay, we did insert actually, and we did update. Okay, and we did delete. We did copy, and we did accessing. Okay. Next operation is repetition. Repetition. What is meant by repetition? Repetition means I want to repeat a list. For example, one list is there. Like for example, I can say L is equals to I have a list of 10, 20, 30. I want to repeat this list 3 times. Then what I'll write? Simply I can write L into 3. L into 3. L into 3 means what this will do? List is repeated 3 times. List is repeated 3 times. Okay, the elements, whatever elements are there, the elements will be appeared 3 times. So 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, again 10, 20, 30, again 10, 20, 30. So here, if you want to perform repetition, just simply you can use star operator. That is what we are doing in the next next step. Understood all of the repetition? Repetition means simply use star. Understood, ma? All of you? Repetition understood all of you? If you are going to repeat a list n number of times, okay, simply L into n. L into n. N may be any number. So now here what I am going to ask from the user, I'll ask how many number of times you want to repeat. So now I'll write here print of repetition. Repeat. I can write simply repeat. Okay. So print of, not print. So here I am going to ask r is equals to, I can call it as r, int of input, enter how many times, enter how many times you want to repeat your list. Enter how many times you want to repeat your list. How many times you want to repeat your list? That is nothing but we are giving. So simply print of after repetition, after repeat the list is, after repeat the list is L into R. L into R. What is R? R is nothing but how many times you want to repeat. If you are given 10, then L will be multiplied with 10. 10 times the list will be repeated like that. Understood all of you? Understood, ma? Last operation understood all of you? Understood or not? Please respond, remaining students. Okay, right. So now I'll run this program. Only single program, all operations we are doing. Okay, so I'm adding 10, 20, 30. I'm giving almost same numbers because you people, okay, are going to be perfect. If I given some other numbers, maybe you'll confuse. So that's why I'm giving same numbers. I want to delete one index. After deleting index, already we seen this accessing part. Okay, from left to right, right to left. Repeat is nothing but it is asking me enter how many times you want to repeat your list. I am giving 5. If you observe here, the list is repeated 5 times. This is first time 10, 230. That is my actual list. Actually, if you observe here, this is the list, actual list. After doing all operations, these 3 elements are there finally. So I given 5 times it is repeating. This is first time, and this is second time. Okay, this is third time, and this is the fourth time, and this is last time. Okay, last time 230. 5 times repeated. I hope all of you understood this, right? Okay. So this is about list operations. Any doubts? My suggestion is, please, list length wouldn't be changed actually. Okay, it will not be changed. At that particular time only it will be changed. Otherwise, I'll show you some example here. Okay, from the shell I'll show you some example. I am taking some a is equals to 10 comma 20. Okay, so just I am doing a into 3. A into 3. Okay, this is a into 3. Now just you check it out. Length of a. Length of a will be remains the same, only 10 only. Sorry, 10 means 2 only 2 elements. It's not going to be 6. It's only for our requirement we are modifying, we are repeating, but the actual list will not be changed. I hope it is clear to all, right? Is it clear whatever the example just now I explained? Okay, right. So it's my request to all of you, please practice this program. Okay, it's a very simple program. Already I told you, looks like a bigger one. Okay, so but it is not a big program. Very simple program. Step by step you do. If you are not getting all the things at a time, yes, you do first one operation. You try to write or you try to save in a separate file. Again, you try to do one operation in a separate program. You try to do all these operations in a separate program. Okay, you can write some 8 programs in 8 different Python files, 8 different programs. You can write this single program. You can write in 8 different programs, or you can slowly write one operation. Next you extend it. Next extend. You do like that. That is up to you how you are going to feel very easily. In that way, you can practice. Okay. So I hope if you don't have any doubts, I'll stop here. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Any doubts?